hopefully the community are aware that Cornwall Council, in partnership with the Town Deal Board, have been working on a traffic management strategy for St Ives for the last couple of years. One of the core components that the board and its members want to see is a reduction in conflict that occurs here at Library Corner and on Tregenna Hill. Now, we've looked at several possibilities throughout this time and we've settled on one that we believe will make a positive difference, but still carries a level of risk. Therefore, we've made no permanent decisions to implement. The trial will last for approximately 12 months. We'll have a dedicated webpage to Let's Talk Cornwall where the community can offer up their feedback, and we hope to hear both the positive and the negative from them. For motorists travelling into St Ives via Lelant and Carbis Bay, here at the Harbour Hotel is probably where you will first see the changes that we're looking to trial. New signage will clearly show that further down the hill, past the station, general motor vehicles will no longer be able to access the town in that way. Instead, all motor traffic is being promoted through Albert Road, which will now become one way, and up past Trenwith car park. This flow at this point is to try and help the pressures that are happening down on Tregenna Hill and Library Corner as you enter into Tregenna Place, by diverting general motorists up over the hill past Trenwith car park should help ease some of that conflict that exists on that hill. We're now at another key location in terms of the trial. We're outside of the doctor's surgery where the junction of the Stennet meets with Park Avenue. As part of the trial, you will see road marking changes applied to the carriageway to redirect you around this junction. One of the key changes that you need to be aware of is Park Avenue itself. The current one-way direction will be reversed for the duration of the trial, whilst we assess if there are benefits or disbenefits for locals and the residents who live there. One thing this also allows is more space for both vehicles and pedestrians to exist. Currently, there are no footpath provision from this junction up to the car park itself. What this change will do is allow greater room for pedestrians to use the carriageway as well as motor vehicles. We won't be installing footpaths at this time. This is all about trialling to see if it works or doesn't work for the community. As part of these trial changes, you must be aware that motor vehicles will no longer be able to drive from the Stennet up to Park Avenue car park. I'm currently stood at the top of Tregenna Hill. At this location is where one of the biggest changes will occur as part of the trial. General motor traffic will no longer be able to enter the town in a downward direction. Here we'll have a restriction that only permits buses, cycles and emergency services, including the RNLI lifeboat crew who are on active turnout, from going down the hill. All vehicles will still be able to exit the town up the hill and out towards the Harbour Hotel. We'd like to ask the community to be very diligent and take heed of the new restriction. There'll be plenty of signs on the way to this point to inform you of the direction you should now travel. Also, please drive with an extra level of due care and attention when coming up the hill, because you could still reasonably face one of those authorised vehicles heading down into the town, including the RNLI, who may be on an active shout, who need to get to the town quickly. So at the entrance into Tregenna Place, just off of Library Corner, it's another core component as part of the broader strategy. One thing the community really asks for is less traffic within the town, especially in Wharf Road, especially in the peak of the summer season, where conflict between motor vehicles and pedestrian are at its highest. We looked at several ways of doing this, and the community may remember that at one point we looked at electronic rising bollards. The community spoke though. That was too hard a restriction. So what are we looking at now? Well, again, as part of the trial, we are looking at a pedestrian and cycle zone, a timed one. So between the hours of 10 and 4 p.m, only pedestrians and cycles can now access through Tregenna Place. But what if you need access, I hear you say? Well, if you are authorised and you have a legitimate requirement, you're a resident, you're a business owner, you need to get into the town via this route, you still can. Please be under no doubt. What we're trying to do is influence other driver behaviour and choice, and we do hope that through this restriction there will be betterment in that part of town. We just want to confirm that this is a trial. There's been no decision made about this change permanently. We have to understand the benefits and disbenefits of this change on the community before making a decision. We're working with Cormac and have developed a monitoring and evaluation plan that allows us to consider all issues as they arise. We ask that you drive with an extra level of care and attention to the changes throughout the trial. It may be that particular issues crop up that we can deal with quickly, but that will require a level of adaptation to the current proposal. Therefore, please review Let's Talk Cornwall on a regular basis, look out for social media posts of any changes, and we thank you for your cooperation at this time.